Hello. So in this video, we are going to have a look at Jal Bhuta. So Jal Bhuta is the natural element of water. And I can appreciate that some of you watching this video may be fairly familiar with the Bhutas, as you might have gone through yoga teacher training in the past. Whereas others of you, as we've got people coming from very different backgrounds into this course, you might have never even heard of Jal Bhuta before. So I'm going to do a nice comprehensive overview of Jal Bhuta and a very brief introduction into Bhutas as a general so that we can understand the context of why we're talking about Jal Bhuta. So hopefully this will serve as a nice reminder for those of you that have gone through yoga teacher training before. And if you've never heard of it before, I hope that you find something quite interesting and some nice information that you can take with you and apply into your ocean baths so that you can give the best experience for everybody taking part. So let's get into it. So let's talk about the 5 natural elements, and these are known as pancha bhutas. Some people refer to these as pancha maha bhutas, and the maha is the word great, so it's the great 5 great natural elements, and these natural elements in yoga theory are the elements that make up the cosmos. They are the elements that make up ourselves. They are the matter that make up every uh, thing that exists. Okay, so nothing would be here without these natural elements, and the roots of which the Panchabhutas, the 5 elements, come from, are from Hinduism, and these 5 Bhutas that came from Hinduism have filtered their way into other religions, including Buddhism and other sects and other lineages within Hinduism as well. But it is important to note that in some of these other places which have adopted the 5 Bhutas in their theory, they only accept 4 Bhutas. And that's because one of them, which is the element of space, Akash, they reject. And that's because they don't see they can't tangibly understand the space aspects of the 5 Bhutas, so they choose to go with the 4 Bhutas and have adopted 4. So if you read about the Bhutas and you only see 4, that is the reason why. But in yoga theory, we still continue with the theory of the 5 Bhutas. So we have our fire. We have so fire is Agni, so Agni Bhuta. We have our wind, and wind is called the Vayu. We've got lots of different subcategories of Vayu, especially in our yoga theory. We've got Akash, space. We've got Prithvi, which is earth. And we've got, can't bend my little finger. We've got our Jal, which is the element of water. So these are our 5 Bhutas that make up ourselves. And these elements are really important in yoga theory because they affect so many things that we talk about in yoga. It's important to understand that in yoga theory we've got the different bodies. So these different bodies that are sometimes called sheaths, and these sheaths are your physical body, your emotional body, your knowledge body, your pranic body, your bliss body. All of these different, your emotional body, so all of these different parts to ourself can be affected by the balance of these natural elements. So we can't talk about these natural elements in isolation of one thing. So you can't simply say that somebody that has a lot of earth element within them might be a very fatigued person, might be very unmotivated and just thinking about thoughts and emotions. It could be that they've got a sluggish metabolism as well, so it affects them physically. So all of these elements, they can affect you on a variety of levels and within all of you, across all of your bodies. So this is the context at which we talk about the natural elements. They can affect you and manifest across all the in all the ways across all your levels. Okay, so we'll delve a little bit more into Jal. So Jal is water, and this element of water is associated not just with water itself, but oceans, seas, bodies of water, the water inside of us. Um, and there are certain qualities to the water uh, as well. So these are the qualities of fluidity. These are the qualities of adaptability. Yeah. If we have something that's really hard, you could even take the example of a rock, something that's got jagged edges, and over time, when water runs over it, it smooths out those jagged edges. So these are the qualities of water. We've got many other qualities too. So water has strong associations with cleansing. Yeah. Strong associations with healing. Water has strong associations with spirituality. So all of these parts, all of these aspects can be affected by the element of Jal, of water. Um, you might find that somebody is struggling with having some flexibility in their mind, in their thinking, and if you was to suggest to someone to try something different and they won't consider that option, that could be considered a lack of the element of water. So we need to promote a little bit more water there for more fluid thinking. It could be that somebody's got dry eyes. Yeah. So if somebody's got dry eyes, they've not got enough element of water inside of themselves. So if that's the case, we can try and promote water. So this can be seen on all of these different levels, in many different aspects, many different ways. So how do we promote water? Yeah, we can bring intention to our water element. We can mindfully focus our thoughts on the elements of water. This is one way of bringing about more water qualities. We could use a mudra. So I'd quite like to go with us through the mudras. So mudras are gestures of the hands, and these are known as seals. Yeah, not a kind of seal, but these are seals of energy. Okay, so this brings us on to another aspect of yoga, which I'm conscious not to go too deep into, but we have channels of energy inside of us. And these channels of energy, these are called nadis. You may have come across meridians before in certain modalities, such as acupressure or acupuncture. It's another way of referring to the energy channels. Yeah, you can think of these energy channels like trees with the upper branches and the roots, all of the twigs and the sticks and all of those smaller branches that come off of them. Yeah, so we have these energy channels that run through our self and our body. And these energy channels, of which there's considered to be 42,000 of them, we're not going to talk about 42,000, but there are some main ones that we might discuss in our yoga practice. Um, Many of them come towards the fingertips, and the flow of energy can come out through the fingertips, also the toes as well. These are some of our main exit points and entry points of energy through the body. So by placing fingertips onto each other, yeah, by directing that flow of energy through the fingertips, we can create a seal. And that seal is there to direct and to manipulate the flow of energy. So we can practice certain mudras to influence the balance of these elements inside of us. So before you might have seen me counting those natural elements using my fingers, and there was a reason why I was doing that. That's because there are strong associations with the different elements in the different fingers. So your thumb, representative of fire, Agni. Yeah, your Vayu, your wind, your Akash and space, your earth, and Prithvi, your Jal, which is your water, your little finger. So if I place an example, earlier I spoke briefly about the element of earth. Yeah. So if we were to place your thumb over the ring finger, and the ring finger represents our earth element inside of us, we can suppress earthly qualities. Yeah. We can dampen the effects of earth. So if someone is a bit sluggish or tired, we might want to reduce any overactive earth qualities. Yeah. Your thumb, which is fire, is suppressing the ring finger, which is earth. That's why it's placed on top. If I was to bring the tips of the fingers together, I will be promoting the element of earth. Yeah. Well, we're focusing on the element of water is because the element of water is what's most important in our ocean baths. So in a similar manner, we can take the thumb and place the thumb up against the tip of the little finger. So this is an important mudra that I'd like you to try and connect with and try your best to remember and focus on, because this is Jal mudra. This is the mudra of water. And this is the mudra that's sometimes called Varun mudra. Yeah. So Varun is the name of our drum, or Varuna. It's the name of the god of the ocean. And this is the mudra that we can do with both hands, that helps to promote those watery qualities within us. So the thumb and the little finger come together, Jal mudra or Varun mudra. Similarly, you can suppress the element of water by bringing the thumb over the top. So this is a mudra I invite you to bring your participants into. And you might choose other mudras as well. I don't want to limit you just to one mudra. There might be others that you decide on. It's important to note there are contraindications for practicing Jal mudra. So if somebody already has a lot of water within them, we want to be very mindful not to exacerbate this, because we don't want to create more imbalance. So for example, physically, if somebody has a cold, if someone has a flu or a cough, they're congested and there's a lot of water going on around here, then we wouldn't advise Varun mudra. We might practice another mudra. Yeah. If somebody has a particular dosha. So if doshas, for those of you that aren't familiar, these are, you can think of them like personality traits. They are a type of person, a type of body that has a leniency towards certain elements. Yeah. And we've got the vata. So if someone's got the vata dosha, we would actually recommend for them to do Varun mudra, because they can be a bit dehydrated when they've got a vata tendency. If someone has pitta or kapha, so these pitta and kapha doshas, they might, already have plenty of water within them. So we want to be mindful about recommending them the Jal mudra, because this might bring on more water, which we might not want to do. I'm not going to go into a big depth about doshas today, but I invite you, if you would like to learn more about doshas, then you can do a little bit of further reading on doshas. You can even find quizzes online where you can find out what your dosha is. Yeah. Now, there are different ways to find out your dosha. You can go to an Ayurvedic specialist, but these quizzes, they act as a rudimental form of working out your own dosha, based on you knowing and understanding yourself and your own body. Just a little bit of interest that you might want to do a bit more reading on. So again, if we have someone that's practicing the Jal Mudra, one of the contraindication will be a little bit too much pressure. So that pressure down. Can you see that there's in fact, my thumb's going a bit red there, and I'm losing a little bit of blood there to that thumb. You want to be mindful that someone's not pushing a bit too hard. It should be a gentle pressure, yeah, a subtle energy direction. This is something that we want to be mindful of, and we want to avoid people doing. So gentle pressure. Yeah. So it would be recommended if someone's practicing the Jal Mudra that they be doing this perhaps through the breath work. Yeah. So the period of time that we spend seated at the beginning of an ocean bath. When someone moves into their relaxation, they may want to bring themselves out of Jal Mudra. If someone chooses to meditate through your ocean bath, then there's nothing stopping them from continuing with this Jal Mudra, as long as they've got a mindfulness and a consciousness not to overdo it. And this brings us on to benefits. So benefits of Jal Mudra. And I'm smiling because there are many great benefits, and you get to share these benefits with everybody that comes to your ocean bath. So we are helping out with the qualities of water in our body. So anything that has an association with fluid, we can work on with Jal Mudra. So this can be with the blood. This can be perhaps if you've got toxins running around in the blood. If somebody has issues with the health of their kidneys, with their liver, yeah, so the liver that processes toxins, and then the kidneys that filter out these toxins, that helps with the elimination. You can practice Jal Mudra, and this helps with the cleansing and detoxifying aspects. So we can help to promote clean, detoxified blood. Some of you may already know the benefits of Jal Mudra, and one of them, which is widely known and widely practiced, and you may have heard of before, is that it can help to promote good quality skin, glowing skin. So with this Jal Mudra, we are cleansing the blood, we are detoxifying the blood, and this helps to promote that nice glow to the skin. So a clear, healthy, glowing skin is one of the benefits of practicing Jal Mudra. And I know that when I've mentioned this in my sound baths, in my yoga classes in the past, many people quickly find Jal Mudra and go, ready for that glorious skin. So one of the great benefits. Other aspects that might be affected by water. So if somebody has issues with continence, yeah, so difficulties with eliminating the water, we might want to bring some focus to this. Also with dryness in the eyes, yeah, so dryness in the eye, somebody gets an itchy eye, then you can do Jal Mudra and help with the lubrication of the eye, which is very good for eye health. You might want to combine this with eye exercises as well. Other aspects could be with saliva. So if somebody has a dry mouth, usually a dry mouth is a good indication of a dry body, because your body tries to maintain a regular balance in its internal system. So one of the first places to dehydrate is within the mouth, and that's because this is one of the least important places. Yeah, and therefore we can start to regulate the internal balance more on the inside, where it's a bit more important with those internal organs. So if someone's got a dry mouth, Jal Mudra. If someone does get a dry mouth, then they will have a tendency to develop more bacteria in the mouth, and this can lead to more infections. Yeah, so we can help with our immunity through promoting good hydration, especially in the mouth. The bacteria in the mouth can affect smell. So if someone has a bad breath, practicing this Jal Mudra, and of course drinking plenty of water, is going to be beneficial for that as well, and avoiding bad breath. So there are a lot of really fantastic qualities, and I've talked about some physical qualities here. I think earlier I touched upon some other qualities, emotional qualities. So if somebody feels that they're a bit indifferent, or that they are a little bit challenged when it comes into tapping into emotions, yeah, and it feels like there's really not much going on, then you can work on your Jal Mudra. You can work on the element of water to help promote the part of getting into emotions. So this is where Jal Mudra and not just Jal Mudra, but just focusing on the element of water can really help with the emotional aspect as well. If somebody feels like there's not much connection spiritually, and they're trying to reach more of a spiritual connection, bringing some attention to the element of water can help with spiritual connection. Yeah. Um, Knowledge. If somebody it comes with ignorance, then and this is one of the yam is part of the yamas and niyamas in yoga practice as well. Then this can be seen as a blockage in the water aspect. So we want to try and avoid ignorance and bring about a learned mind. So a learned mind is one that is open to receiving, one that is open to learning, one that is open to possibilities, yeah, fluidity. So your knowledge. And of course, we have energetic flow. So we want to try and bring more energetic flow into the body. If there is a stuckness, if there is a blockage, bringing about more water can help with all of these things. So that's a really nice in-depth, well, I hope it's really nice. It's a really in-depth discussion into the element of water, the element of Jal. I guess I could have talked a little bit more about creativity too. So if someone's struggling with problem solving and they're trying to get some more ideas flowing, tapping into the element of water can help. Okay, so there's our overview of Jal. If you do have any further questions, then you're always welcome to get in touch with me, and we can have more discussions. If there's anything you feel is missing in this segment that you might be able to add some value to, then please let me know. I'm always interested to improving these videos. But yeah, we'll leave our segment of water on here.